Not every classic wears polish and chrome. Some wear scars. Proof they were built to be driven, not pampered. This 1929 Model A Rat Rod is a machine that doesn't care about trophies, only tire smoke and throttle. Built as a rebellion, a middle finger towards the overbuilt, shiny customs that hid behind velvet rope. This movement brought hot rodding back to the garage, back to grease, grit, and grit your teeth attitude. It's not about perfection, it's about personality. Every weld, every scratch, every bolt tells a story. This 1929 Ford started with honest metal, then it got mean. A chopped top, bare metal body, exposed rivets, and weathered patina that wears 50 years of defiance like armor. Power comes from a built V8 350, fed by a Phi-Tech fuel injection system, wheel and intake, and sparked by a HEI electronic ignition. Every piece screams function first. No fluff, no chrome, just speed, sound, and soul. Backed by a TH400 automatic and a Ford 9-inch, this rat rod doesn't whisper nostalgia, it howls it. Inside, it's stripped down because comfort isn't the point. You get sport style seats, a Speedway shifter, and gauges from Classic Instruments to track every vital stat. No carpet, no distractions, just you, the motor, and the open road. It's raw, it's loud, it's alive. Exactly how a hot rod should be. Underneath, this isn't chaos, it's crafted precision. Speedway drop front axle, coilovers in the rear with a panhard bar, four-wheel disc brakes for modern control. In a world full of polished restorations and trailer queens, the Rat Rod stands apart. It's rebellion on four wheels, a tribute to the builders who still bleed motor oil and chase midnight test runs. This 1929 Model A Rat Rod doesn't just look mean, it drives like a monster. Tight steering, solid stance, and the kind of torque that makes asphalt nervous. All right, let's get in this drive. Just got a few little rattles with it, but the greatest thing is that it's got the fuel injection. It's got, everything's pretty much new on this, so the engine's been rebuilt, and you can definitely feel it's got great compression and torque to it. Transmission, 3-speed, drops out really well. Shifts nice and firm. It's got the Ford 9-inch. It's got the rear radiator. I mean, hey, you got wipers. Wipers work. All the lights around work. You got turn signals. Now the turn signals obviously do work, but it does not have the automatic shut off. So they do stay on unless you actually turn it on. But it's got the gated shifter in this thing, so there's not like a problem with it. So I've got room here, obviously, there's no issue with that. But the leg room is a little bit short, but nothing that is, I've seen 6'6", back on its KE, so hey, whatever it is. But this thing drives out really, really well, runs out really well, suspension's really nice and tight, brakes are really good, four-wheel disc all the way around. I like this. Now we have over 300 photos, we have online financing, nationwide transport, all Classic Car Addict. And then what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through and I'm going to show you all of the exterior, show you all of the metal on it, and then after the exterior and the interior, we're also going to show you the undercarriage so you can see exactly how this thing is. Going through all of the body and the exterior, we'll get to the engine here in a minute, but going through, this body has all been reconditioned. So it actually does have a nice crazy patina to it with a little bit of pearl in there. I actually really like what they did with it, and it's all metal. Good thing is that this is all solid metal, solid steel, and obviously you got the bullet holes. And it's weird about this is they probably tried to pull this out because it's not the bullet holes going in, so no one got shot in it, but someone was bat bat. It's really cool when you get through and see the rat rods and all the different things that go through them. This is something that really just kind of takes and goes through really body work and art all together. So you've got your fuel right up here. So this is going to be for your fuel cap right there. They've got the egress style for your tail lights. And then another really cool thing is what they did is they actually put a rear radiator in here. Now, the good thing about a rear radiator is it's not getting all of the wind pushing through, but it is still getting that draft of wind when you're driving. And obviously it's got your electric fans, but it also extends out the amount of coolant that you have in your system. So that actually, in effect, keeps it cooler, because the more amount of coolant that you have, obviously it is gonna stay cooler. But again, all the glass is in really good shape, and it looks like this is actual glass. So it's not just like a polyfill, it's an actual glass, and we've got glass windows as well. And then obviously going through all the tires, nice steelies with the dog dish, really like that. BF good wrench. You got a 215, 65, 15 on the front. Those are from 2020. So they're about 5 years old. You know, most tire companies say to exchange them out for about, you know, every 6 years or so, but obviously the tread is really, really good depth in these, and there's no curb rash on any of the wheels. Another cool thing as we get into the front part is that we said that the radiator was moved to the rear, and the reason is he wanted to keep this style going on it, like it does have the radiator, but with the frame and the system that they did, this frame is actually really, really sturdy. You can see all the way through. It has also in the front, you do have a rack. It is not power steering or power brakes, but it stops really well, it turns really well, and you got your disc brake conversion on there. And then getting into the engine, so I don't have the specifics on all the data for the internals on it, but it's got all the good stuff. Phytech system, that's all inside. HEI distributor, you've got your intake, and then what they did with this system, you could add turbos to this, actually really pretty simple. Have them sticking out the side. There's a lot that you could actually do and just do a little bit of remounting and obviously a little bit of tuning. But this is system, it's coming up through the front and then going around and going out shooting through the rear. So this is actually not producing the exhaust because this is blocked off in here. They did a really, really good job with that. Now when we get into the interior, and I'll start the engine up here in a minute, but going through, so these do have some tinted windows. They go up and down really nice. They did some nice artwork in here. I mean, you can just tell. When you get in these rat rods, they might not look perfect, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. I like how they darkened and lightened the wood, and then they followed through and brought all of that kind of trim all the way around with it. And then the seats, you got distribution for your brakes there. And the seats, you can exchange these seats out if you wanted to be a little bit closer, or like you saw on test drive, right there. There's not a whole lot of room, but there is room. It does have tilt as well. And then it's also got a box here in the back. And while I've got you right there, I'm gonna do a little startup for you. So there's a switch right here. This is basically your on off right here. A little bit harder to see, but it's right there. And then with that on, then you'll just bring that out. Let the fuel prime. Oh yeah. So your tap works, all your gates do work. And like I said, even with the temperature and driving around, you can see it just stays really cool. So I actually have a similar system in one of my high performance cars where it's not the radiator in the back, but it's got the tank in the back. That way it takes more coolant and it stays cooler. Also, it's got a gated shifter. So it's just got all of the good stuff. Another cool thing here is that for your transmission, there's your dipstick right there. And this thing runs out, I mean, just really, really well. Idles really well, shuts nice. Obviously no trunk, but getting over here, windows roll up and down. Nice with that. And that shuts. So your trunk is going to be right here. Got your fuel injection screen there for the Phytech system, and then it's got all the paperwork right here that's got all of the stuff for the frame. I don't have anything on the engine and transmission because when the consignor bought it, he had the engine rebuilt and the transmission rebuilt from some shops that were some different friends, stuff like that. So he just didn't have any paperwork on that, but you can tell it runs out amazing, really smooth. Let's get into the undercarriage so I can show you how this frame actually is. All right, now we're getting under this. This is just awesome. It's all framed up. It's got all the right suspension. Everything has been done professionally on this, and that's what I like. You got your front disc brakes. That is looking really good. You got a rack in there. Obviously, you've got your really stout 350. You've also got your turbo 400, 3-speed automatic, dual exhaust running all the way through. You've got your Ford 9-inch, and then here in the back you do have your coilovers, and then you also do have your rear disc brakes as well, along with that rear radiator. I really like what they did with this one. It just shows really well. This is all full metal under here, so it's not all rotted out. It is really done the right way. This is how that you'd want your rat rod to be. That way it is not just fast, quick, and very well maintained without any rot or deterioration.